I am so bullish and optimistic about the future. And the reason why a lot of people think that, society, things are not great, whatever, is because you spend too much time watching the news. And what's happened is places like CNN or other news websites, they've realized, oh my goodness, I can't compete now with these things because kids don't watch TV. They just watch YouTube and these things. And so what do these news agencies do? They create really negative headlines that are clickbait. They're clickbait. It makes you actually focus on the negative stuff in the world, and that's not healthy. That's not healthy. And so I'm incredibly positive about the world. If you want, go to my blog, do a search for why I say that the best time in history to be alive. A lot of people are, a lot of diseases are getting cured. The average life expectancy now for somebody is 26 years longer than it was in the 1950s. So however old you are, you deduct 26, that's your real age. Life extension is occurring as well. A lot of rare diseases are going to be eradicated. You know why people say bless you after you sneeze? It's because during the Dark Ages, in the Middle Ages, if you sneezed, it meant you had a cold and you were going to die. That's why they used to say God bless you. So I think that a lot of diseases will be cured. I'm optimistic. And I see so much money now going into venture capital here in South San Francisco. That's kind of like the biotech region here, where Genentech, ticker DNA, and all these other great firms have come out of. And I think one of the primary focuses is not just destroying, awful diseases like cancer, etc., but also life extension. I think the person that's going to make it to 150 years old is alive today. And if you want more details on that, do a search on Ray Kurzweil. He believes in life extension. He's the head of engineering at Google. I take his life extension products now. It's just little pills, whatever. I'm sure some of them are placebos. But anyway, and I have my DNA sequenced. And I know what diseases I'm going to get. It's like Minority Report, the movie with Tom Cruise. Except instead of the pre-crime unit there kind of focusing on what crimes you're going to commit, I know with a high degree of probability what diseases I'm going to get. And so I'm taking certain vitamins to make sure that never happens. So anyway, I'm really excited. I can't believe that people even think about retiring in their 70s when people are so within their 70s. I think almost every single person on this call is going to live well into their hundreds. And that's exciting because that means that you can reinvent yourself over and over again. And the average age for somebody starting a company in America now is 52. 52. When I was a little kid, I remember people wanted to retire in their 50s. Screw that. Once you retire, I think within 5 or 10 years, you usually move on to, you pass away, unfortunately, because this isn't being exercised. So anyway, those are my humble thoughts on the future. I'm incredibly bullish on the future. I don't think that geography matters anymore when it comes to how successful you will be with your startup and your company, because cheap internet is basically everywhere, sort of, right now. And so you don't have to be in Silicon Valley or Hyderabad or Oxford, Cambridge area to start, or Canada, outside of Ottawa and Canada, whatever, to start, or Taiwan to do a semiconductor company, or any tech company. You just got to have access to a browser. That's it. So I think that anybody can change the world now with enough heart, enough motivation, enough desire, enough of a positive attitude, and just a browser. That's it. It doesn't cost you almost anything to start a company. And my humble job, my purpose, is to help all of you live your own lives on your own terms by becoming self-employed. So focus on whatever that side hustle is that you're curious about now. And eventually, when your side hustle starts generating a lot of revenue for you, quit your full-time job and do your side hustle full-time so you can always live your life on your own terms.
When you grow up, you tend to get told that the world is the way it is, and your life is just to live your life inside the world, try not to bash into the walls too much, try to have a nice family life, have fun, save a little money. That's a very limited life. Life can be much broader once you discover one simple fact, and that is everything around you that you call life was made up by people that were no smarter than you. And you can change it. You can influence it. You can build your own things that other people can use. Once you learn that, you'll never be the same again.